morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're listening to this, it's Wednesday, and I hope the day is going great for you. If not, it's never too late to change it around, even if it's just taking a moment to sit down and meditate. But if you can't do that, that's what this podcast is for. Hopefully, it's going to help you out with some things. Hopefully, I'll say something that'll stick. And I'm sure, if this doesn't do it, I'm sure you'll find something. But we're going to go on with this because that's what I'm doing. This is my voice. This is me talking to you, and I'm rambling. I feel like I'm rambling. I want to say I don't do that a lot, but I know I do. I do it all the time. Anyone that knows me knows I ramble. I digress. Let's get into this. I hope everyone's doing well. If you are doing well, go ahead and comment on this post. I'll post it on Instagram. Comment on it. Write a review. Let me know how you like these. Talk to me. I'll talk back. I really do enjoy it. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you can follow me at Left Hand Living Legend. I have a Twitter up. I'm going to change my Twitter handle to Left Hand Living Legend so I could keep it all succinct with, keep everything continuous. Continuity? What's the word? I don't know. So I can keep everything the same. I'm going to try to change my Twitter to that. But for now, just follow me on Instagram at Left Hand Living Legend. All right? And I have another promo for you, another one of my music clips that I'm going to put in. And just an update on that last one. I found out, I didn't know this, because these podcast episodes post directly to YouTube. And that one was flagged because apparently the beat that I used for that song that I made, the beat that I used for a song that I created, is already being used. It's already owned by Trey Songz, which is crazy. So it got flagged for copyright. So it's not allowed on YouTube, but you can still find it on iTunes and the podcast, podbean.com. So that's not a problem. But this song, and this beat, I own. I own all of it. I can post it. It'll be on YouTube. I'll post a link for that up there too. So you guys can find it. And this snippet is from my song, Be Like Water, off of my EP entitled Lucid. Here we go.
Planets and constellations couldn't map my conversations. Even Jesus couldn't get the thesis of my revelations. The basis of my education formed the separation while the mind remained in stasis. My base is meditation for daily drama. I'd rather that than the llama. Jealousy could turn your closest dog to piranhas. We living for the commas. Life is getting so bananas. I just want it like Obama's. Got my family in Bahamas. Type to drop bombs without the residue. You really think the black...
And again, that song is called Be Like Water, off my new EP, Lucid, available now on SoundCloud. All right, so let's get into this. I wanted to talk today about expecting nothing and appreciating everything. You see, out here in life, out here in this thing we call life that we all have to live, you know that thing, we are owed nothing. None of us is owed a single thing. We're all born through the same process. We all have life, and people in worse off conditions find ways to make their lives amazing. So we're owed nothing, but we are allowed everything. And I say that because a lot of the times we get so caught up in what we feel people should give us, especially my generation. We have these expectations that things are supposed to be easy for some reason. A lot of us have this, not all of us, but a lot of us do, that things are supposed to be easy, that we shouldn't have to struggle. And that's a wonderful concept, but it's not based in reality. It's based in the need to have ease in the midst of pain and suffering and really the natural process of life, which is growth, and there is no growth without some type of struggle. You can look at the example of a plant. A seed becoming a plant, it has to struggle. You water it, you give it sunlight, sure, you help it grow. But that seed, that plant still has to struggle and push through that dirt and come out so we can see it above ground. But it has to go through a lot just to get above ground. We are no different. But that does not mean that we do not have the opportunity to make the best out of our situation. We can lay down. We can, they say take your L's. We can take our L's and just leave it at that. Or we can run with it, get back up, and grow. We are allowed to be better. We are allowed to have better. But we have to go and do something about it. But one of the things that I feel that stops a lot of us, and I know it stopped me more than once, is comparing ourselves to others. And we have to stop doing that. You have to understand that people around you are all moving at different paces, are all on different levels because they come from a background of different experiences, and their values and their principles are just different than yours. You're not moving the same, so you're not going to be in the same place in your life, though you may be at the same age. You being the same age as someone, that doesn't matter. Their whole life is different than yours, and you have to walk your own path. You have to focus on what you're doing. I've talked on this podcast before about a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, one that I love. He has his master's degree. I don't. We're the same age. He's teaching. I'm still in school. And if I were to focus on that, it could be a real bummer because it's like, you know what? I'm not moving so fast. I'm not doing anything. It's easy to get into that mindset, that way of thinking. But we can't do that because he had his own path and I'm on my own path. But who knows where I'll be led? And I'm okay with that. I'm content with that. But a lot of us aren't. And we have to be content with our own path because then we get stuck trying to live other people's lives or envying other people's lives. And then we go down this rabbit hole of emotions that we really just don't need to go down. It's totally avoidable. Stop comparing yourself. Take stock of all of your accomplishments, both big and small. If you stop looking at other people and you take time to look at yourself, you'll realize that you've accomplished quite a bit. Nobody lives this long without some accomplishments, be them grand or minuscule. And if they're small, you have to acknowledge those just like you would the big ones and build off of them, because it's the small ones that lead to the bigger ones and the bigger ones that lead to the biggest ones. But you got to start small. We all have to start somewhere. Did you go out to the gym today? That's an accomplishment. You got up to go to work today? That's an accomplishment. You had a to-do list, you set it up, and you accomplished some things on your list. That's an accomplishment. Not all of us are closing deals, getting our dream jobs, doing everything that we, could possibly think of on a large scale. We're not all making those moves yet. And we could. But we have to start small. Don't go chasing after the bigger picture without first having a firm grasp of what's right in front of you. All right? We have to be grateful for the lessons that we learn, too, whether they're hard or easy lessons. Not all of the lessons that we learn are going to come across easy. A lot of times we learn from other people. I feel like those are easy lessons. The hard lessons are the ones that we have to learn on our own by making mistakes and bumping our heads. And we have to be grateful for those lessons. We have to learn from them. We have to use them to grow, use them to better ourselves. It's like adding tools to your tool chest or your toolbox. Now you know how to approach a particular situation. You know how to deal with certain people. You better understand yourself when you learn these lessons. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be fun. You're not always going to smile. You're not always going to feel great. And that is okay. No one said you have to. But what you do have to do is be aware of the situations you are in and allow yourself to learn the lessons in them. Whether they're painful or they're very easygoing, learn those lessons, because it's those lessons that allow us to be better people and allow us to move on further and become more than what we are. Nothing happens without struggle. Nothing good happens without growth of mind. We all have to go through this process if we want something better, if we want to do something that we haven't done before. And it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. It will have its easy points, but overall, it's a journey. And I don't know of any journey that's ever been an easy one. All right, and we have to allow, on this journey of moving forward, we have to allow the past to stay in the past. That's a big one, because a lot of us are holding on to things, to people, to incidents, to words from the past that may have hurt us, that may have set us back. We're allowing those things to keep us from fully appreciating right here and now, the present. We're allowing it to take away from us right now, which cripples us for the future. We got to let the past go. You got to forgive. You got to let go. And sometimes you just got to forget certain things, certain people. You just got to let it go. What purpose does it have for you now? Did you get a lesson out of it? Good. Now let it go. Were you able to improve your life because of what you learned from it? Awesome. Move on. What real reason do we have to hold on to things that no longer exist and no longer hold any real power over us? What real reason do we have to hold on to those things? They're doing nothing but slowing us down and taking away our focus from the present, the here and now, and just creating more and more for us to look back on and regret and wish that we had did differently. But you got to let it go and focus on now. Don't regret missing out on now. You'll never get this moment ever again. You'll never get this day today ever again. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to spend it looking at what could have been, or are you going to spend it making what could be? You got to get out there. You got to make it happen. You got to take time. Take time and be with yourself. Know yourself. Accept yourself. And allow you to grow. And we can't grow holding on to something that's behind us. That's not growth, ladies and gentlemen. That is, in fact, death. Let it go and move on, everyone. And this letting things go and moving on, this is a big part of being able to appreciate everything. You got to appreciate the here and now. Everything about here and now. There is no shortage of things in the present to appreciate. Instead, we're holding on to our past pains, and we have these expectations that we should stay in this pain, or that we deserve this pain, or whatever it is. And we're expecting all of these things, and then in the same hand, we expect for things to be easy, for people to have sympathy, pity, whatever it may be. We expect all of these things, but I'm sorry to tell you, no one's going to give you what you need. You have to go out and get it. You have to go out and make it happen. You have to put yourself in the situations to where people are around you so you are able to get those things. But no one's just going to come up to you out of the blue and say, here you go. Don't expect these things. But appreciate the moments that you have to go out and make things happen. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for me today. But I hope you guys can internalize some of these things and put it to good use. If you like what you hear, don't forget, subscribe to me on iTunes. Leave a 5-star review, preferably a 5-star review. If you want to leave a 1-star, all right. I don't know why. I like you. I thought you would like me. But in any case, leave a review, subscribe, share this with your friends, share it on your Instagram. Tag me in your post if you post about it. I love to see those. But you got to tag me because sometimes I just stumble on them and didn't know they were there. Tag me. All right? And before I close this out, I don't think I did a shout out at the top of the episode, but I wanted to shout out 3 people. I wanted to shout out, and these are very close people in my lives, people that I very much so love. People that mean the world to me and that I know I can go to and talk to about anything, and they're always there with some good advice or even just a listening ear if I just need to talk. So I want to give a very special shout out to my main man, my ace, Seth Saludez, also known as S Boogie, also known as the second half of the So-So podcast, which is coming back, by the way. Shout out to you, Seth. I love you, bro. I appreciate you. Also, shout out to the elegant, the illustrious, the wonderful, the caring, the kind, compassionate Olga Perez. I love you, Olga. I don't even know if you have iTunes so where you can listen to this podcast, but I want to put it out there. I love you, and I appreciate you for everything you do for me and everything you do for your family. You're an amazing person. And last but certainly not least, one of the most amazing women in my life. We're in contact and we're out of contact. We're kind of playing yo-yo with the communication. But right now we happen to be in communication, and I love her to death. I love her to life, actually. And she occupies a very big space in my heart. She means so much to me. Special shout out to the very lovely Amanda Ramirez. You rock. You're the best. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Until next time, stay up.
I don't want to be a savage, wild beast, steak and have it. My goal is for the throne, crown chakras on the dome. Rest on waters, I'm walking with the law, I'm not alone. It's time to wake them up, dust them off, throw the guard a bone. Going to war with the masses like Attack of the Clones. Yeah, I'm in the zone before I carry on attacking them. I'm going to need you to get acquainted with the acronym. The right hand means life, but I write with my left. So the issue is I'm the official guard of death. Blazing competition, knock opposition out of position. You couldn't take notes on how to match my composition. Deaf, dumb, and blind, found it hard to find my vision. But listen,